and high vibrations to my air signs. So if you are of air element, being Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, this is what I call, this will be your last full moon in Cancer elemental guided reading. And why am I saying it elemental guided reading? It's because, as I've mentioned with the other readings, is that this moon phase reading, not only is it about it being the last full moon of 2023, but it's different in a sense where I have never used oracles in the moon phase readings. If I did, I always combine them with the tarot, but this reading is going to be a little different because, for one, I am only performing these readings, this full moon readings, only with the oracles, which means there will be no tarot, traditional tarot cards being used under this full moon reading because it is the last full moon. And with that being said, I felt guided that I wanted to kind of end out the year with some positivity, some inspiring, encouraging, motivational messages. And I think that at this time we all can use them, right? Yes, the world and the energy of the universe, there's polarity, there is positive, and there is negative. But I just get this feeling that this had been a year that perhaps some of you, right, not all of you, for those that did experience a lot of positivity in your life, I congratulate you. So you're one of the least few. But for those of us that might have experienced challenges that were negative, that we felt that impact us on a personal level, this is why I wanted to kind of wind out the year 2023 with giving this full moon reading a little bit more of something positive that is going to help propel us for 2024. So I hope that when it's all said and done, that in fact that you will find that the messages here through the oracles was in fact inspiring, that will help you and will guide you to understanding what it is that perhaps you were looking to release and to find a resolution for it, and that's going to help you even more. So with that being said, let us talk about the overall energy message or the theme behind this full moon in Cancer. Speaking about personal, it is about personal issues reaches a solution or a resolution. Now, with the other elements, I expressed in some kind of way, in starting out, I wanted to ask Spirit, in what capacity, what could have been the possible challenges, the negative personal issues that they may have experienced. Now, for you air signs, I asked Spirit, what was the possible personal issues that you guys possibly experienced during the course of this year, okay, that you maybe was struggling at crossroads with and kind of struggling to balance and trying to find some sort of resolution. Well, now as we are nearing the end, I feel that some of you already have resolved your issue or you're very close to it. It is time for you to bring it to your fruition. I feel that some of you already had a deep knowing as to what it was that you needed to resolve and how to resolve it, whether it was to resolve it with a person, a place, or a situation. But again, you just needed a little push. You need a nudge. Well, it's going to happen under this full moon in Cancer, right? You are going to do just that. So with that being said, before we get into the oracles, though, I do want to emphasize and say that this is a collective reading, which means that it's going to be a general. And so at any time you feel that none of the oracle messages did resonate with you, you can go ahead and book a private reading with me, because I am open for personal readings. And so the information will be linked in the description box. There is where I'll be able to give you your own tailored reading for your own unique personal issue that you might want more guidance about. But if it so happens, you might be able to really feel that the guided messages here as a collective, right, might somehow impact you and feel that you can identify with, or that it was in fact your situation for this year. Nonetheless, as I said, if you are drawn to having your own reading, the information will be there. All right. So with that being said, I also wanted to point out, as I mentioned, that I'm only using oracles, and so I'm using 4 different oracle decks in which to perform your reading. And so the reading is coming from the Soul's Journey deck, followed by the Angel Guide deck. Then we are going to pull a message from the Archangel Guide deck. And then we will wind down the reading, pulling an oracle from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And then we will ultimately close out your reading with choosing or picking a card from the Spirit of the Animal deck, which is a deck that I've never used in this reading. So this reading definitely is a bit different. But at any time though, if you wanted to understand my reason for doing it this way, feel free to pop over to the exclusive reading I did for Cancers, because there I kind of went a little bit more in detail in explaining why I was guided to choose oracle readings for this full moon reading. All right, with all that being said, let's dive right into your reading. So the first oracle card that came out for you guys, right, pertaining to what might have been the personal issue that you air signs, regardless of your placements, this is going to pertain to your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. But the card that came out pertaining to what might have been you guys' personal issue for this year that you might have struggled with finding a resolution for, and now either you have found the solution to resolve it, or you are very close to, right at the brink of the new year of 2024. So the card that came out for you guys was doubt. And I feel that as I say that, you might say, yeah. Now the message behind this is, I release the need to know all the answers. And so let's go into the book and see what other message, extended message, that doubt has, so you can better understand. Now, when it comes to doubting, this could have been something that has gone on in your life on a personal level that you were doubting. You weren't too sure. You was at crossroads, right? And I'm really picking up and feeling that you guys already knew the answers. You already knew the answers, right? I find that air energy, air signs, that when it comes to you guys making a decision and trying to resolve a resolution for something, I feel you do not struggle with it. For you to struggle with resolving an issue or a dilemma, there has to be something that you are emotionally attached to, if that makes sense. Why I say that? Because air energy, you guys are analytical, particularly Aquarius, but the collective of your air signs, air represents the mental, right? So I feel that you guys already have mastered differentiating when to be emotional and when not to put your emotions into something, if that makes sense, right? And air energy, air signs, especially with Aquarius, you guys are the least emotional. So the fact that if you did struggle with doubting a person, a situation, or something in your life where you would have analytically or logically resolved it, the fact that it has come up, meaning that someone out there, right, a few of you struggle with something that you wasn't sure about. And I feel that was because of some sort of emotional attachment. All right? So I wanted to put that out there. So the message behind this is, these are, it says, these are signposts that guide you to your correct path. If the wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware that mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on your path. So, what is the moral behind that message is, whatever it is that you are feeling or have felt, there's an inner knowing that you already know about a person, place, or thing. But if you struggle with it, that means that there was something that you were seeking the answer for. Because remember, it says, I release the need to know all the answers. Sometimes we don't need to know the answers. We need to trust our feelings, right? Whatever it is that we're feeling. If there is something that says, I want this, I feel that this overall will be for me, go with that feeling. Don't doubt it. If, on the other hand, you are in a situation with a person or in an environment that you know and feel it's not right for you, but yet you cling on to it and attach to it, right? Then if you know deep down you need to let that go, that situation, person, place, or thing go, or situation, don't doubt what it is that you know or your feelings. Respect what it is that you are feeling and sensing and go with that, all right? So I feel that is pretty much the overall aspect of what this energy is about, that you might have struggled with during the course of this year, is doubt. And so moving forward, when we get further into the oracles, we're going to capitalize upon what it is that is needed in order for you to not doubt yourself in 2024. All right? And so speaking of which, let's move over to your second oracle that have come out from your angel guide deck. And we have here inner child healing. Okay, you might not see it because of my ring light. It's very bright. But it says inner child healing. So let's go to the book and get an extended message behind this energy. But right now, the energy is showing that you may need to embrace that inner child. We all have it, right? It's almost like saying there's a time that we need to tap into it and come out and play like a child and just live life, right? Because there are times that we don't tap into that inner child. And when that happens, it's because we are suppressing things when it comes to what we know that we want, but somehow we allow people or situations to suppress it, right? So the fact that you got this inner child healing is showing that starting from this energy of this full moon, you will be letting go and not suppressing anything, but tapping more into that inner child that was going to help you heal so that you don't repeat this doubting energy for 2024, if that makes sense. So let's get into the message. It says, pulling this card indicates that no matter what has happened, you have found a way forward. And I think that you guys have already done so, right? It says, you may feel that you had to grow up quickly and abandon your innocence in order to survive, but know that when you reflect, review, and release anything from your childhood that could be holding you back, the next phase of your life will be supported. It says, it also, this energy of this message of inner child healing, it brings radical healing, understanding, and loving your inner child. It says here, it shows that your guardian angel is wrapping their loving arms around you right now, nurturing your inner child and encouraging you to unleash your childlike senses. See the world through the eyes of a child. It's time to reclaim your innocence and express yourself in a way that is filled with excitement, wonder, and adventure. It's time for your inner child to be healed. I think that's very much self-explanatory, but again, going back to this energy of doubt that you guys might have experienced as a personal issue, it's just showing that you might have suppressed that energy of venturing out, whatever it was, and it's going to be different for all of you, but whatever it was, you felt that you needed to know the answer to. It's almost like saying, I need confirmation. The only confirmation that you need lies within you, right? There is no external. Never look at the external for answers. The answers always exist and lies within us. It's that inner, speaking about inner, it's that inner knowing, right? There are points in our lives that we don't need to know the answers. But that's where trust, faith, and belief come in at when it comes to our higher power. Whomever your higher power is, whoever you look to as your higher source, the divinity, the divine, the universe, they know best. But ultimately, the answer already is dormant within us. You just have to tap into it and find the answer there. Never seek it on the outside. And I feel that some of you suppressed that and you made yourself stagnant because you didn't have all the answers. The answer you already knew. All right? So with that being said, let's move over to get your archangel message to see what archangel will be helping you to release this doubt, releasing the need to know the answer, and at the same time, it's going to help you to heal your inner child moving forward in 2024. And the archangel that came out with a message was Archangel Jophiel. It is associated with the star. Now, the star in your traditional tarot represents the sign Aquarius. So specifically for you Aquarius, regardless though, but the star in tarot, in the tarot deck, is a major arcana that is associated with Aquarius. So there seems to be, I feel, this message, not that it's not going to be for the rest of your air signs, but it seems to be a stronger message for those that are Aquarius somehow, right? But the message behind the star, Archangel Jophiel says, happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. That is very reassuring that whatever and however you have evolved to this point, you are on the right path. And that path will only continue to be great and exceed for you moving forward. Okay? So use the power of the star. The star also represents wishes being fulfilled. So again, going back to you thinking that you needed to know the answer, rely on your own belief and faith. Whatever it was that you was trying to manifest, whatever it is that you have been manifesting, but you didn't get the answer immediately. When we manifest and set our intentions, don't expect immediate results. This is where faith and perseverance, it might be challenging, but it's needed before we see the bigger picture, before we see the results, right? But using that star, it's showing that moving forward, whatever it is that you are wishing for, as long as you let go of this doubt of not needing to know the answer, with belief, trust, and faith, you will have your prayers answered. Your wish will be granted. And so Archangel Jophiel will be assisting you starting from 2024 and the rest of the year. So always come back to this video if you need it. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it so that you can always have it in your photo gallery to look at it, to know it will kind of keep you positive and out of this doubtless type of energy. It will keep you highly positive to know that if I let go of knowing the answers and just really trust in my inner knowing, I will succeed. Spirit will answer my prayers, right? And that my wishes will be granted, right? And so as we wind down, also, by the way, I want to mention the angel number that represents this energy of this card is the number 17. And so with that being said, the symbolic meaning behind angelic number 17 is spiritual maturation, new beginnings, and a deep spiritual level that will guide you toward personal growth and spiritual awakening. It's also the energy that invokes fortitude, trust, and faith. I love it when my cards synchronize because I just spoke about that. I made emphasis that you guys will need to not be concerned about the answers, but to what? Have trust, faith, and belief that whatever it is that you are asking for, it will come to your reality. But don't doubt yourself, all right? So I love it, and so that is what is representing, going back to this energy of what might have been your issue. Now, as we wind down, I did pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and speaking of which, you guys got message in a bottle. And so intuitively, the message here for me is, this is almost like saying, summing up what was the moral of the message of doubt. Message in a bottle. The message that you were seeking and looking for, you already knew the answer, one. But any message that, or answers you're looking for, it's always going to be within yourself. However, in knowing the answer, the confirmation that you need to seek is always with your higher power. Never look to get messages or answers from the external, the outside of you, because as I mentioned before early on, that the answers that you need or seeking is within. So whatever and however this is coming across, a message in a bottle means that you hold the message, you hold the answer. You don't need to go outside of it to get the answer. All right? And so with that being said, we are going to now close out with, as I said, with the Spirit of the Animal Guide deck, because animals, they are very powerful. So in addition to the messages you have received here, closing out with a spirit animal totem is going to also, in addition to our Angel Japiel, you are going to have a spirit animal guide that will help you to tap into your inner child, help you to release doubt, and to make you become the star in terms of how you think, what you feel, respecting what you think and feel. And so with that being said, I'm going to ask Spirit Guide. The cards has been already pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle again. I wanted to wait to shuffle in front of you as I did with the other readings. But spirit animals are very significant as we navigate. And when we bring both our worlds together, it is truly something to be learned in their world, because they hold very strong messages for our navigating through the world. They are wise, but it's the attitude and spirit that will help us. As I mentioned with the other reading prior to this, every morning I pull out my own personal spirit guide. And if I'm feeling low or need that vision, if you will, like a sonar to kind of propel me into a direction that maybe I haven't gone, I pull out the spirit animal guide, and once I see what the animal guide is, and read and hear the message, it lifts me up immediately. So there is something very powerful, of course, with our spirit animal guides. So with that being said, Spirit, I'm going to ask that you help me to connect with the spirit animal totem for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that will be helping and guiding them through 2024. Okay? Which spirit animal will be the collective air signs spirit animal guide for 2024, Spirit? All right, thank you. And you guys got Puffin, Poofin, Puffin, which symbolizes partnership. So immediately, before I read the message, immediately I feel that for some of you air signs, when it comes down to partnerships, now this could be, again, this is pointing to personal issues perhaps involving a relationship or some sort of partnership, but at the same time, partnerships doesn't have to always pertain to a romantic partnership. This could be a partnership with a friend, a partnership with a family member, a partnership with even a co-worker, right? But so whatever partnership that this spirit and angel guide is representing, the message here is this: Accept yourself in your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. We still under a Mercury retrograde, and I always tend to blame it on a retrograde when there is a retrograde that is at play here in terms of communications. Anyhow, it says feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So again, if at any time you feel that you do need some sort of, assistance in helping you to find the answers to something, there will always still be a community, but it's your selection, right? To me, I feel this is like also a cautionary message. Be very careful who you surround yourself with. A community of friends, family, people, your environment, right? But know at the end of the day that you are not alone, right? So despite the fact that the answer lies within you, know that you can form a partnership with someone, a person, place, or thing, or situation that will look for you, that will be more genuine, right? Because maybe I feel that some of you air signs might have, for the course of this year, might have been surrounded by people that wasn't truly genuine, right? You might have felt that there was some toxicity. So moving ahead, it's just indicating, in whatever partnership and how this looks to you, you are forging a partnership that is going to feel true to you, feel genuine, and it's going to even help you, because it says teamwork would be your best result. So if you are letting go partnerships that you formed that you realize it's not for you, it will be replaced with another kind of partnership. All right? So my air signs, I'm going to digress. That is what I got for you. I hope that the message was in fact inspiring, motivational, so that it can encourage you for positivity moving forward into 2024. And so with that being said, my air signs, I'm wishing all of you a very happy, a prosperous, and a very abundant, and a very doubtless type of energy moving forward. Never doubt yourself. Always trust and respect, honor what it is you feel, because there you have the answer. And whatever it is that you're being guided towards, know that that will be your answer. All right? So until next time, thank you for watching. Be well. Maintain positivity. Namaste. Peace, love, and light. Bye.